Welcome in, my friends. Hello, 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 hello. How are you doing today? Apologies for my delayed start. It was a very eventful morning. Yeah, so, hey, what's going on, True Kilt?
Hello there.
Hello there to you, and hello there to Coleman, Lady Iron. Sorry to hear about more pup troubles. Yeah, so what happened this time was is different. So yesterday we had to deal with dog mess all over the house, and again that was mostly Mrs. Magoots that was taking care of that. I didn't even know it had happened until she'd already taken care of most of it. So I did very little work yesterday, but today we had a dog fight on our hands. So was letting the dogs, trying to get them ready to go outside. And both dogs were a little bit riled up this morning, just high energy. Our Doberman always is. She's a senior by dog standards. She's a senior. Hey, what's going on, Nonder? Sorry. And even though she's an old dog now, she still she acts like she did when she was, 2 years old. I mean, she has a ridiculous amount of energy in the morning when she's getting up, and just spins and spins and spins all the way from her food bowl all the way downstairs to the back door when we let her outside. So, so she was in her usual mood, but also our hound Nelly was a little bit fired up today too. She's kind of, every now and then she gets a little bit hyped up in the morning. It's not super often, but this morning she was. And Jenny likes to try to play. She does a play, growl at her and everything. Well, Nelly was apparently too hyped up for that. And so they kind of barked at each other, but not a friendly bark. And then Nelly just kept baring her teeth at Jenny, and that led to a fight. So I was we have to be very careful because they're both, Nellie's the smaller dog and she weighs just under 70 pounds. So, they're both big dogs. Very powerful dogs. Jenny's a full-blooded Doberman, and Nellie is a part hound, part pit bull. So they're both very powerful. And it's just one of those things where you have to get them separated. Otherwise, one of them is going to get seriously injured. But you have to be very careful when doing so. So I generally, Mrs. Magoots gets pretty emotional during it. So I try to just keep her out of it until I can find an opening where we can grab one of them. But today was just very difficult for that to happen. I don't know what it was, but normally what happens is Nellie was the instigator today. She has never won a fight, ever. I don't know why she continues to start these fights, but she has never won. She continually gets her doggy butt beat. But anyway, she's also the one that we can't get to disengage. She's the one that has to be grabbed. Normally, as long as we grab Nelly, the fight's over, because Jenny has sort of been well, I kicked her butt, so I'm good now. And so she backs off, but Nelly will not ever back off. I don't know why that is, but yeah, so we have to grab Nelly, and normally if we grab Nelly, it's over. But this time, I had a hold of Jenny, Mrs. Magoots had a hold of Nelly, could not get him to release. So yeah, there was a long drawn out fight, and yeah. So anyway, dogs are sporting some wounds. They are separated now, but I don't know how Mrs. Magoots is feeling. I try to make a lot of noise. I use my voice. I try to, I'm a little bit hoarse right now, actually. I was using my hands to try to clap and make a lot of noise with my hands. I feel like I bruised my hands and then my forearms too, just from grabbing the dog too. Yeah, it's not pretty. It's not pretty when they get together. So, but yeah, appreciate that, DJ. It's not starting a fight. It's a defensive reaction. It's just to stay away from me. Yeah, I get that. I get that. But Jenny truly does that. And I think I know what you mean. But the problem is Nellie's the one that lunges. She actually lunges at Jenny. when Ginny says to stay away from me, she bares her teeth, and she looks pretty dang ferocious when she does that. But Nellie's the one that actually lunged today, so I don't think it's just a stay away from me. I think it's a I'm gonna kick your ass kind of thing. So yeah, it didn't work for her. She did get one bite in, I guess, but other than that, she got her ear all tore up. So yeah. Appreciate it, everybody. So anyway, that's kind of why those are actually just exhausting. So that's why, if you can imagine that, they're pretty exhausting. So yeah, and then right before stream, I was checking out. I saw that I didn't realize that the new Life is Strange game was releasing today. So I just saw that as well. I was just trying to take a look, but then I realized like these games are generally pretty short. And not to change the subject entirely, but these games are generally pretty short and like they're still full price. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm just spoiled by Game Pass now or what, but like, I don't know if I can spend $60 on a game I'm only going to play for 8 hours. You know, I don't know if I can do it. Anyway, yeah. So dog troubles, wouldn't wish it on anybody. I don't know. I wish I had known what I know about these dogs before we got Nellie, because I didn't realize like Doberman are kind of standoffish dogs anyway, but especially when it comes to the same sex. So they're both females, and that's sort of, I don't know, that sometimes can be a problem. And Ginny is like a true alpha. Ginny is a true alpha, and Nellie, I guess, thinks she's an alpha, but she's not. So, yeah. Had the same thoughts about Life is Strange. Thought they'd be a nice chill stream game, but noob. Oh no, they're not chill. They're not chill in the least. But yeah, just that price tag's a little high. Have I played Alan Wake? Yes, I played Alan Wake probably 5-6 times. I love that game. I actually played it last October, I believe. So they're remastering it. Are they really? I didn't see that. Alan Wake Remastered? Is that coming soon? Oh, it just got announced. Okay. Did they show a release date on it? Release date announced. Yeah, October 5th. Wow, okay. I wonder if it's gonna have the music in it, because the music was, and that's another interesting part. The music was something that they lost their license for, like it had lapsed, and then so they couldn't sell the game, nor could they sell the DLC. And it seems like it's gonna have both of them combined, so that's cool. Remember watching you play it not long ago, Alan Wake? Yeah. Chill is in terms of no high energy, can vibe and have my heart destroyed. I gotcha. Yeah. Love looking for a game with my wife to play. She likes chill games, so I watched a trailer for Life is Strange. Got her Stardew Valley instead. Yeah, probably a good thing. My goodness. I think we've talked about this before. I actually I don't know if Jess is in here or not, but Jess had a story on her Instagram, and it was basically like, I'm just not a crier. I don't cry. It's not, I promise it's not any sort of like toxic masculinity. I feel things. I don't have like, they generally don't come to tears. I've been told that'll change if I ever become a father. I don't know. But anyway, I joke about having like a cold black heart kind of thing. But anyway, I've never cried while playing a video game. Okay. But the absolute closest I've ever come is Life is Strange, the original Life is Strange. Holy crap. I got the fattest lump in my throat, and I'm like, I mean, just super close to just bawling my eyes out. Amazing game. I've never felt it. That game has made me feel a way that no game has ever made me feel before. But yeah, probably better to go ahead and go with Stardew. And not to say anything, Life is Strange is an incredible game. And I've played was it Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit or something like that. It was sort of like their little mini free game in between, as well as Tell Me Why, another game by the same studio. Both really good games, but I haven't played, and I did play Life is Strange Before the Storm, but I haven't played Life is Strange 2. And I also have not played, obviously, the new one. So get her my time at Porsche as over Stardew Valley, or you mean in addition to Stardew Valley? You see all the PlayStation announcements? I actually I didn't get a chance to look at them. So anything that Cypher didn't post, I didn't know about. So I think I saw he did post the Ragnarok one, I believe, right? Was that one in there? I thought so. Yeah. Posted, it was Coleman actually posted about Ragnarok first and then Cypher. So, yeah, I saw the Spider-Man 2 and the Wolverine stuff, and I'm like, gosh dang it. I think I saw Balnor's message in there too. Guess I'm gonna have to get a PS5, I know. And it's like, gosh dang it. I am too. You know, at some point. Probably what's going to happen is I'm going to get the PS5 as late in the cycle as I did the PS4. And so they'll come out with the PS6 shortly after. And it's just going to be, you know how it's going to be. Wanted to try to tell me why, but the initial reviews I saw were disheartening. Well, what did they say, DJ? Either it's Stardew Valley like. I gotcha. Yeah, I saw Kirk play a little bit of it, but I've not played it myself. KOTOR remake I'm so hyped for. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic because I was full on like uncautiously optimistic with, Cyberpunk. And more people were like, I don't know. And I'm like, no, shut up. It's going to be awesome. Don't doubt it. Right. I'm cautiously optimistic about KOTOR. The thing is like, it's been rumored like KOTOR 3 or a KOTOR remake or whatever has been rumored for so long now. I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it. When it actually releases, I'll believe it, So I'm trying not to get too hyped up about it, but yes, I would definitely like that game, and I would play it. I would love the heck out of it. And I think it was it's a remake, not a remaster, so that'll be interesting as well. But yeah, PS5 is still hard to find. It's like, I know it. I mean, I know it's due to COVID still, with the whole like. All of the like chipsets are still low in demand, but it's strange. Like I don't know. Maybe somebody has more insight into this than I do, but I don't really understand why chips are, the supply hasn't caught up with the demand yet, when it seems like we caught up with everything else. I understand. I understand that we're not living off of computer chips in terms of like we're not eating them. But there were food shortages all over the place, and for the most part, those have sort of stabilized, and so I realized that computer chips are not quite as important as food, but I don't understand yet why those haven't stabilized. I don't know if the demand has continued to grow, even though supply has also grown. I haven't read a whole lot about it. All I know is that I still can't find a graphics card, and nobody else can unless they want to pay a lot of dang money for it. So. Tell me why it was a bad knockoff of Life is Strange, but it did everything worse. Granted, reviews on the Xbox apps, so probably a bunch of angry edgelord kids wrote them. Yeah, and I mean, I think the other thing too is if you play that game blind, not knowing what it's about, like, I mean, I hate to say this, but it's probably people that are upset that there's like a transgender main character. I could very easily see that being part of the problem, and it's like, I don't know. That's all I can say about it. I could very easily see that like influencing their review, and it's trash, But I played the game and I enjoyed it. The thing is like, it's hard to the Life is Strange games are short enough that I don't feel like I get too much. Like it's not how to put it, it's not an overly saturated game type for me. I don't play a lot of them, and so I don't feel like I'm gonna have overload on that type of game. You know what I mean? There's not that many of the games that I play, and they aren't so long and so like draining. I feel like that I can't still appreciate another Life is Strange game. So even if it was worse, I mean, I'd still probably enjoy it, and I did enjoy it. Honestly, I do think I probably enjoyed the first Life is Strange game better, But Tell Me Why is absolutely worth playing. And honestly, like, it's one of those things where story time, I guess. I didn't really grow up with that sort of, you know, where I grew up in a small, like, farming community, you know, of about 2,000, no, how many people were, 4,000 people by the time I moved out, somewhere in there. It was growing, but it's a small farming community. And it's like, I wasn't introduced to a lot of different ideas. And I think that video games are an awesome medium for telling, for educating and for telling people stories. I think it's probably the best medium, if we're being honest. And so for that, like, Tell Me Why was awesome. I think it serves a greater purpose than just a piece of entertainment, you know? And that's why I think that Tell Me Why is worth playing, especially if you're somebody like me who could always use more education. You know, that's why I think it's great. And it was a good game too. I mean, it was fun to play, but it also was, it taught me some stuff, you know? And that's important. I think that's important, you know, and that's why we talked about this before, like, representation's important, you know, because otherwise you never grow up from that small little farming community, you know? So if I don't get hyped and it sucks, it will still hurt. So I figure, why not? I gotcha. That makes sense. That makes sense. More sense and context, some of the things I've read. I gotcha. Yeah. I'm free on Game Pass. Only thing it'll cost me is some time. Tell Me Why it's still on Game Pass? I didn't realize. Claps right along with this message. Appreciate that, True Celt. Can we just marvel how awesome this man is? Oh, come on. Come on, DJ. You're awesome. I have so many people around me not growing, it hurts to chat with them. Yeah, and I know the feeling. I know the feeling for sure. It's one of those where when you meet other people and you talk to other people and you experience, like, you get a little bit of their experience, you know, because you can't truly, unless you've walked in their shoes, you can't truly know what they've experienced, you know? Like, once you've gotten a little taste of that and somebody you respect can tell you how they feel, you know, then you feel, I don't know, you feel like you want to change, you know what I mean? Like, you want to be better about some things because you care about that person, you know? And that's part of the struggle I've had. That's part of the struggle I've had with some family members because, you know, a lot of them say ignorant, hurtful things. And it's like, you know, listen, there are people that you care about that feel very strongly the other way. And, like, I just don't understand why, like if you care about that person, why do you continue to do the things that you do, you know? Or if you think you care about the person, you say you care about that person, you know? So cheers to all of you. Cheers to all of you. Seriously. Kind of how I feel about The Last of Us 2. It was so incredibly bold and daring and interesting, but the internet edge lords couldn't handle it. Yeah, I think I heard about that too. Not to say it's a perfect game, but still, I haven't played it. I got one of the things spoiled for me, so I'm not in any rush to play it now. But I do want to play it at some point. Hey, cheers to you, my Michelle. Hope you're having a good Friday thus far. Yeah, my friends. Yeah. And of course, if you do play Tell Me Why, just know that there are, I had a serious talk with my chat at the time. This was, when did I play this game? I must have only played this game before. We got a raid going on in here too? I hope I don't totally butcher your name. Yahoso? I'm gonna go with the silent first S. Cheers. Welcome in. You playing some Valheim? Welcome in, everybody. Hello, my name is Lutz Magoots. How are you all doing today? Cheers. I hope I didn't totally butcher your name, and I apologize if I did. Please feel free to correct me. My name is Lutz Magoots. We're just getting started for the day. We're going to be playing some Valheim here pretty soon. Bob is fine, or is it Ya? It's Ya? I'm so sorry. Welcome in, Bob. Bob is good. I can definitely do Bob, whatever you prefer, but thank you so much for the raid. Hope everybody's doing great. My name is Lutz Magoots. I am a variety streamer, currently playing some Valheim today, but we've also been playing a little bit of Humankind. Got to get that strategy game itch scratched, if you will. But we played a number of different games. Some of the other recent games we've played some Stardew Valley. We played 12 Minutes pretty recently. Subnautica is one of my favorite games we've played. Mass Effect, Cyberpunk. Just some games. Resident Evil Village. So if you like seeing some new games, feel free to stop in. Hope you all are doing great though today. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. What was I saying though? I had a serious talk with chat though about the about when we played Tell Me Why. There's obviously some very mature, serious concepts that take place in that game. So if you play it and you feel like you want to talk to somebody after playing it, you can always DM me. All right, you can always DM me. There's a chance. I mean, those games have a tendency to bring out some pretty strong emotions, and if you need a shoulder to lean on, feel free to reach out to me. You know, I've said this numerous times, and you know, I believe it. I fully believe it. Okay. If you're ever having thoughts of suicide, just know that first of all, there's nothing wrong with you. Okay. You're not broken. All right. That's something that can happen sometimes to good people. All right. But just know that I hope sincerely you don't carry that out. Because I honestly believe that the world is not better off with you gone. Okay. And so I just want people to know that, you know, what you're feeling is totally valid. But even what you're even though what you're feeling is valid, I still want you here. And I know other people do as well. So a game where I need to talk to someone after, that's got my interest. Fair enough, Nonder. Fair enough. Like I said, I mean, give it a shot. Give it a shot. It's a good game. It's a good game. Here too, I'm a really good black hole for venting. Also, with those thoughts, been there. Mental health isn't something to be ashamed of. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not one bit. Not one bit. And there's just nothing wrong with you for having thoughts like that. You're not broken. Your thoughts are valid. But even still, we want you here. We want you here. So. Just get us all in a Discord and we will love on you. Exactly. Sounds weird, but it's not. 100%. My friends, one of the things I love about this community is we can talk about some difficult topics, and just lift each other up on those. So thank you both. Thank you both. Thank you all. Thank you both. Thank you all for chatting with me today. For being such good, open people. Seriously, I can't thank you all enough. It just makes me feel so good to know that we've got people here. So, here to ban the entire socks and sandals gang. You can't ban all of us. How you doing, Delicious? You enjoying your Friday off? Let me ask you something. Do Fridays matter when you're not working? Like, does the day matter? Or is every day Friday? Actually, Barefoot. Don't you wish you had that power? Unlimited power. They're multiplying at an alarming rate. You're lagging. Yes, we're always recruiting people. We're always recruiting people to the socks and sandals gang. Always. Hey, what's going on, Phil? Welcome in. Happy Friday to you, Phil. Friday's the sparring day. I gotcha. Do days that you don't work matter? Every day is Friday. Yeah, I guess I would. That's how I feel about when I'm not working. Every day's Friday. Every day is Friday. But all right, my friends, let's get into some Valheim. And there's no reason to stop the good vibes, the well wishes, the awesome conversation, the friendship. There's no reason to stop all that. We're just gonna go ahead and boot into Valheim while we do. I need a 2-week vacation. I know the feeling. I feel like that too. I've been a little burnt out at work lately. It's one of those things where I'm still getting my work done. I'm just struggling in the mornings. Mornings. It depends. It depends on the time. But yeah, I just need a little bit of time off. I feel like maybe I'll recharge, but I will never cave to the peer pressure of socks and sandals. Oh, just you wait. We'll start to give some incentives out for wearing your socks and sandals. Once Valheim comes on, friendship goes out the window. No, wait, that's Sea of Thieves. Stay strong, sister. One of us. One of us. Been burned out too. Struggle in the afternoons. Okay. Yeah, and that's usually when most people do. The weirdest part about it is I go to work after stream, and I think it's because I enjoy streaming so much. It's like I'm gonna have to go to work, and so I generally I struggle to find motivation, and then in the afternoons is usually when I get pretty productive, which is usually the exact opposite of how people operate. I realize, but my Instagram story shows a pretty legit reason to go barefoot. I'm gonna check that out then. I'm gonna check that out. You're showing feet pics on the public Insta. I'm checking that out. You best believe it. All right, copying over the deets, the server deets, and think I'm gonna try to get some crafting stations set up today. Some crafting. I've not actually made a crafting station like at all in this game, but especially not over here where I'm currently at. And if I ever do go on any adventures and get some metals and whatnot, I'm gonna need a place to craft with them, since I'm not gonna want to teleport all the way. All right, looks like we're in. Oh, that's weird. 1 second. I have to give the illusion of a green screen here. I got to make the illusion go away. I'm wondering though if if it potentially got. Hang on just a second, my friends. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put you. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't get like attacked or anything while I'm gone. I think I need to take a look at this. I was talking about the dog fight that happened this morning. My dogs got into it. For those of you that are new, my dogs got into it this morning, and it was really difficult to get them separated. That took place in my room. It's possible that I'm just going to do a quick check. I didn't really look at it, but it's possible that something got bent. So give me 1 second. I'm going to put you on BRB, and I'll be right back, my friends. Yeah, you eat one gel sack, and they call you a sack eater for life.
Sack eater for life.
And I'm telling you, if they didn't want gel sacks to be eaten, they shouldn't have made them so gosh darn delicious. Oh, there he is. Come here. I'm seriously not close enough to scan you? Are you freaking kidding me? What kind of Wish.com scanner is this anyway? Currently wearing socks with sandals right now. Bannable offense. Oh my gosh. Valinor? Socks with sandals. Socks with sandals, gang. Let's go. Let's go. Socks with sandals on a Friday. Oh, yes. I'm just messing with you guys. I'm not muted. I'm just stupid sometimes. Thought it'd be kind of funny. Oh, come on. I'm going to die here. Got it. Woo! Oh, my goodness. And Jess is here, too? Hey, what's going on, Jess? Who knew something so large could be so slippery? Oh. Oh my. Well, I have news for you. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, a hat on my horse? Oh my gosh. That is maybe the cutest thing I've ever seen in this game. You can put a dang hat on your horse? Unbelievable. Here I am, I've been this dingleberry riding around without a hat on my horse. Oh my god. Whew. All right, my friends. I think we're good. There was, in fact, a bent piece of metal on the stand. However, it turns out it's a pretty flimsy piece of metal. So I was able to just bend it right back. I don't know. Seems like it's working now, though. But saw the Discord notification pop up in pics. I'm not looking out of pure spite. Look at Discord pics. I see it and I hate it. So comfy. Why would you wear socks with that? All right, hang on. Now I got to look at this. What did we miss? Or was it pretty recent? This reminds me, I think I left one of the boats by your house. I'm getting silver in the mountain behind it. Oh, okay, okay. Because it's Friday and at Nitalicious. Oh my gosh, hang on a second. Hang on a second. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this because some of it might get blocked out, but look at those socks and sandals, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. All right, back to your regularly scheduled Valheim. Had to be this one. I honestly didn't even know that that was the video I picked for the BRB screen, but those look comfy. My spite was accurate. I looked, of course. Don't know if you heard, but Lutz and Miss Magoots had a major dogfight to deal with. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everyone's okay, Nitalicious. Everyone's all right. Except for Nelly, the hound. She took a little bit more of the brunt of the fight. So she's got like a pretty decent cut in her ear. Hey, what's going on, Phil? Welcome in. She's got a pretty decent cut in her ear, and then I guess Jenny the Doberman's got she got bit in the cheek, but I don't think that one's too bad. As far as us though, we're fine. We're fine. Just some some very minor things, like I was trying to clap my hands, and you don't really realize your strength in those moments when you get pumped up full of adrenaline. So I kind of bruised my hands a little bit just clapping, but and then I don't know if it's from clapping or from grabbing or the dog or what, but my forearms are like super sore. Super sore. So sucks when your own dogs are fighting. Yeah, I know. It really does. Bending a flimsy piece of metal back and forth is always a good idea. Lutz in a super strength bending metal. I wish. Prefer the flip-flops. Those have heels and lifts in them. Are those dress sandals? What even? I'm not sure what kind they are, but I'm on board. I'm on board. F you and Mrs. Magoots, how are the dogs? Dogs are mostly okay. Honestly, Nelly, like I said, Nelly took the brunt of the fight. It's hard for me to feel that bad for her because she's the one that lunged at Jenny, and she's the one that has been lunging at Jenny, and she always gets her butt kicked. If you grab each back, the back foot and pull them in separate directions. So you're saying like grab their, like wheelbarrow them. I've heard that. I've heard of that too. I'm just afraid because generally what happens is when we're trying to pull them apart, they're not on their front legs. They're like straight up Lion Kinging each other. You know what I'm talking about? Like they're Simba Mufasa-ing. And so they're up on their hind legs, like arms wrapped around each other. So if we grab their hind legs, I don't know what would happen. But so it's on her then. Oh, I mean, the thing is, it's not. I mean, it's not really, but I get upset about it. And it's like, dog, you're the one that keeps starting it, and you always get beat up. Always. She's never won a fight ever. And we've had both dogs together for 6 years, something like that. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm out of resin. Gosh dang it, I can't see a dang thing in here. I don't even know where the door is. The door's actually over here. Wait. All right, so we got some beehives, which collect honey while I'm gone, which is great. But it's the safest way for people, yeah. Trust me, I had fighters for a year, unfortunately. I know, I believe you. I'm just worried, especially with the with Ginny. Like, I'm worried that I'm gonna pull her hip out of socket or something. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, but also hope they get through it. Yeah, me too. I just don't fully understand. It was one of those things where I just don't get it. Like neither dog was being super. Like, it was very clear that Ginny was being playful, and Nelly was just like, no, I don't want to play at all. And it just didn't have to become a fight. She just continuously turned around and looked at her, even though nothing else was happening. Kept baring her teeth, and then eventually just went for it and lunged at her. So, and don't get me wrong, my Doberman is not like fully innocent or anything like that. She's a fighter, you know, so it's like she's always trying to show some dominance, you know. But she's not blameless in this, but definitely frustrates me when the dog that's the one that's always lunging back into the fight is the one that's constantly losing. I'm so fancy. Why are we doing this? Oh, is that because your sandals? Now I have that stuck in my head. Nice. Just picture socks and sandals. Oh yes. What do we got? Oh, come on, Mr. Brute. Broody boy, quit attacking my kiln. I don't have a craft. I do have a crafting. Oh, I gotta probably stand over here. All right, there we go. Okay, yeah, I will probably work on the station. The crafting station here once it gets to be light out. In the meantime, might just try to gather some materials. I don't know if I need to... What am I going to need here? They haven't really looked at this stuff. So we're going to have a kiln. Hang on. Stand by. I'm going to try to probably move... Don't know, actually, what I'm going to do here. I'm gonna put this crafting station somewhere over here. I might like level the ground out a bit over here. I don't know what that's going to do with the beehive, but I might build it up a little bit, level it out, just have a nice crafting station area kind of in this open space. What do you have here? This is just the river, right? Okay. Coming in with the Taylor Swift references. I hate all of this. Nonder said the sandals were fancy. I just elaborated. No, I got you now. Buffy has basically been stuck to Elsa's face since she's been here. Elsa refused to tell her off as well, so basically it just looks like, please end my suffering. Oh, gosh. All right. Yeah, let's maybe prepare some ground over here. Let me equip that over the bow. Where do we look when we level the ground over here? This area is a little bit low for that. I don't know if it'll raise up quite enough. I guess we'll see. I didn't plan on putting... I might put some sort of ground down here. Yeah, it's pretty unlevel, I would say. Pretty unlevel. Why is there a brute attacking the path? They're weird, Phil. They're really weird. I don't know why. I don't know how they decide what to attack. I don't. I don't know if I wish I did, but raise ground a little bit over here too. Oh, I already... Okay, ran out of stone. I have plenty of stone in here. Grab a couple stacks of stone. Got to get this area leveled out a little bit. Just a little bit. Got to attack something. Right, got to attack something. Anyone there today with you? We got Phil in here right now. He failed his civic engineering courses. Very spiteful. Why does it do so much damage? They are pretty strong. I will say that at least. They're strong. They're stupid. Really stupid, but strong. All right. Let's see if we can level this out a little bit better. Actually, maybe I'll be happy when the sun comes back out. The sun will come out tomorrow. Actually, hopefully sooner. Looks like today. It's going to come out today. All right. Looks like it's almost on its way out. You got Phil in here so far. Of course, more people are welcome to join. I'm just going to be doing a little land preparation myself, but everybody that wants in is welcome. Alrighty. Yeah, I might need to build this up a little more here. A little more. Probably going to make the bees a little angry for a sec. We'll get it fixed. We'll get it fixed. You know, gosh, the raised ground part is, I'm not very good at it. Like, I misclick all the time. All right, hang on just 1 second, my friends. I might have an important message to read. Today has been a whirlwind. Let's see. Okay. All good. The way that message started, it sounded bad. So, and in fact, it's a positive message. So, gosh, what a roller coaster of emotion. Okay. Build a floor. Can I do that real quick? Where do I want this? I would like it to be level roughly with this area here. So maybe I can build a couple floors and level. Try that. Okay. I like to, I don't know how other people do it, but this is what I like to do. I like to go ahead and build a floor and level as much as I can. It's probably not going to be perfect, but I like to actually build the floor as opposed to just building like one, or I don't know, just standing on one piece of flattish ground. All right, that doesn't look too bad. It looks a little better, at least in this near the trees, but it's pretty lumpy over here. Pretty dang lumpy. Need to go stone collecting again. I used up most of my stock on building the kitchen. I need to go look at that, Coleman. I've seen to use wood on various things instead of stockpiling it. I need to go take a look at that. Man, that is lumpy. The heck is going on over here? How do I get this to be more flat? More smooth? Why am I so bad at terraforming? Did I just not build it up enough? Something like that? Actually, yeah, I probably just didn't build it up enough. That looks significantly better. Okay, good, good, good. Rebuild more flooring over here. It doesn't have to be perfectly smooth. Oh my gosh, but I at least want it to be a little better than it was. All right. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, good. I do want it to go maybe a little bit further out though. Currently downloading Flight Simulator so I can take off from Reagan National Airport and fly over my house. Only 100. Oh, that game is massive. Massive game. Does level based on the relative height of your current location? Yes. Yes, it does. How do you craft a tuning fork? Can I cut that download up in sections? If you're only going to fly in the US, you don't need the maps for Africa. It downloads. I mean, it's a massive game. And I think there are other downloads that you can get, but I think just the base game itself is like 100 and some gigs. So yeah, I don't know what more I'm not really sure what else you can do. Sometimes you can get kind of lucky with raising the ground on the edge of these, or, you know, doing a level. So it's basically like raising ground, but for free. Every now and then you can get that. I don't know, it didn't work out too well for me this time. Not terrible, but actually, it's not bad. It's not bad. Maybe want to build this back just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Also realize that now that I lowered that, that wall does not fully... look like there's a gap in there too. That's weird. There's not a gap, but I guess it's just because it's turned. A little bit of a circular building here. Oh, well, it's just a dirt floor. I mean, it's a dirt floor. Want to take a picture of Loot's lighthouse from the air? The lighthouse? That'd be pretty cool. The one that you put in the chat, in the Discord. Console command no clip. Hopefully exceed that 8 block deep limit. Yeah. Oh, the shovel. Yeah, I missed that message. Very curious as to what the shovel is going to do in the Hearth and Home update. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's confirmed, right? That one's been totally confirmed. Is that now floating? It is kind of floating. Okay. Well, one of the first teaser images they put out. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean, good, I guess. But yeah, hopefully it's useful. I'm just bummed that do you think there will be an update for the tankard? As you all know, I'm a little bummed about the tankard in this game. It's pretty much it's pretty much useless. It is just for drinking potions, which you can drink without a tankard. Oh gosh. Okay. Kind of on the edge there. Hey, what's going on, Brokey? How you doing? And Steph? We got both Brokey and Steph in here. Cheers, Brokey. Thanks, dude. Happy Friday to you. You pleased with the game last night, dude? I don't think I had any players from the game last night in any of my fantasy leagues, but it was a heck of a lot of fun to watch. I enjoyed the game thoroughly. Yeah, welcome in, Steph. I didn't expect to see you. A little bit too far out for this. And now I'm missing wood pieces. I don't need all of this. I have to move my workbench a little bit too. I think we should have vetoed that trade. In my opinion, nobody even played yet, and Mark traded a second for a 6-round pick. Yeah, I just don't think we can veto anything. I have a hard time picturing a trade that we'll actually be able to veto. Yeah, so Balinor, what are your thoughts on this? We had someone traded Mike Evans for Raheem Mostert straight up. And keep in mind, this person did have Gus Edwards. So obviously they lost one of their running backs, but I mean, Mike Evans for Raheem Mostert was pretty bad. Mike Evans was a non-factor last night though, so it's sort of like, well, I mean, it is just one game, but I don't really know what to do. I think I might knock this tree down. As much as I'd like to leave all the trees around, I think this one is the one that's going to open up the most space for me. Had a delay, so not going until later now. Okay. How much later are we talking? We talking just a couple hours? Okay, that's probably going to result in a tree, another tree falling down over here, which is fine, I guess. I want to chop down as few trees as I can. I like the treescape over here. Always the one that brings up vetoing, and I'm called a crybaby. Guys talking about NFL draft. So it was the NFL season opener was last night. So the first game of the season. Those stumps, it's so funny when they go flying like that. We got Raichu if anyone wants to trade. Ooh, is it holographic? Is it a holographic first edition? Let me probably raise more ground over here. This should be enough space, I think. Once I get this area all kind of taken care of, I don't need to stand on the flooring for that. Oh no, I'm out of stone. Treescape, aka forest. Potato, potato. Potato, potato. 2 more stacks of stone. I don't think I'm gonna need that much, but so I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'll probably break the hoe before I run out of stone now. Just try to extend a little bit further here. That high enough? This one's probably not quite high enough yet. You know me though, I hate vetoes, but legit season hasn't started yet 5 days after drafting. Yeah. Evans isn't the same as he was when he was younger. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how to put it, because the thing is like Mostert at his best is definitely worth that trade. But the problem is, dude is always, and I mean always, injured. And so it's sort of like that. There's a reason why he was a 6th round pick in our fantasy league this year, is like the talent, but the dude is broken most of the time. So. Evans look like hot garbage. Well, the thing is, I don't know who their top corner is, but Evans was getting the top whiteout treatment last night. And so I think it was just a matter of Brady attacking whoever was the weakest. And he's like, I don't care if it's Evans I'm throwing to. I don't care if it's Antonio Brown. I don't care who it is. I'm just throwing to whoever's got the weakest coverage on him. Because that's Brady. That dude will not force a ball. I mean, he won't. There are no divas on a Tom Brady team. You know what I mean? Gosh dang it. Not that Mike Evans would be a diva on anybody's team, but just saying. Couple hours. Boyfriend forgot he'd ordered something. Just waiting on it. Gotcha. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad it's not delayed like days or anything. That's bearable at least, I would say. About to break the hoe. I don't think I've ever broken a hoe in this game. Look at that. The hoe broke. Goodness. I'm terrible at terraforming here. It's looking usable, but I just basically am making myself a cliff here. Kind of silly. Okay, let me rebuild this around here. Let's go here and then here. All right. I think that'll be enough space though. So what I'm trying to do, my friends, is I'm going to try to build a crafting station over here. So I'll move the forge out here. I can put the workbench out here. I can put basically all the like kiln, all the upgrades. I want all of that all over here. That's my plan. So, Moranti, hello. Hi there. You have radio voice, right? And radio face too, right? How you doing, Moranti? Welcome in. Don't talk about Tom Brady. I'm sorry, Lady Iron. So I've never been a Patriots fan, but I'm a big fan of Tom Brady. And I live in Indiana, so everybody here hates him. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a big Tom Brady fan. I don't understand the hate for him. I've never understood it. Because the thing is, like, everybody, you'd think if his personality were all an act, you'd hear about that, right? Like, you'd hear about it. But everybody that's played with Tom Brady says he's awesome. He's a great guy. It was James Harrison had talked about it. And James Harrison was a dude who was trying to murder Brady every game the Steelers and Patriots played together, And even he's like, I went into Foxborough because I signed with the Patriots. Went in there and I was like, I'm not going to be friends with Tom Brady. And Tom came up and like shook his hand, was like, glad you're here, And he's like, it's not an act. It's not. Like, he's just a good dude. But Feel worse for people. Hang on, I missed that. Moranti, appreciate the follow. Cheers and welcome in. Glad to have you. Feel worse for people hoping that Elliott were the running back that he was before his injury. Elliott doesn't run like he used to. I didn't see him break one tackle last night. He looked really slow. Really slow. I don't mind the players traded like you. Wait. The only reason I didn't raise hell is because I think Mike Evans sucks. Dude just stops running and waits for the ball to get there. I know what you mean. I know you're not a fan of... You really hate Mike Evans more than anybody else I know. But... yeah, so Ballinor, my brother-in-law, drafted Zeke Elliott in that league, and he's like, well, the true reason we're all here. You guys are too kind. Man, so there you go, Brokey. You got a friend in Ballinor who hates Mike Evans as much as you do. Interactive radio face? I don't know what that means. Squirrel. The hate is jealousy? I think so. I'm a Patriots girl, so you understand my pain. Oh, no, I get it. I get it. I get it. Did you see the commercial? Have you seen any commercials with him in it, Lady Iron? He just recently did like a crypto commercial. So it's like, come on, Brady. Really? A commercial about money for like one of the richest dudes in the NFL. And the thing is, he's not even getting paid that much relative to other players. It's just the fact that like his wife actually makes like way more money than the average NFL player. And then, of course, he's been in the NFL for 22 years. So you're going to see a lot of money over that time period. Now he's doing all these endorsements and commercials, which he's great at, by the way. The commercials are freaking funny. But yeah, there was that one where he was, it's like, I still hate you. We wouldn't take you back even if you wanted to come back. He's like, yeah, you would. Like, yeah, we would. Oh, no, not raised ground. Level ground. You are good in every single way. Appreciate that, Moranti. Love to find people who know how to play Valheim. Well, I mean, we'll put it this way. I do know how to play Valheim, but as far as people that we have in our community, I'm probably one of the not as good players. Probably one of the not as good players. We've got some like pros. We got some pros in this community server here. We actually went and fought Motor on Monday this week, and it was an absolute blast. But I was probably one of the weakest, non-helpful. So, Fleetwood, appreciate that follow and welcome in. Cheers. Love Harrison. James Harrison, big fan. Are you a Steelers fan then, True Celt? If so, what do you think of the TJ Watt signing? That dude got paid. Holy crap. Got paid way more than JJ ever got paid. Like, he snuck under the radar so much more than JJ did. Also, do we know what their parents were thinking calling them TJ and JJ? I'm like, just think of the teachers that they had, like, probably always getting confused, calling them the wrong names. All right, I might have to pickaxe this area. I don't know if level ground is actually working for me here. So I'm standing here. We got a little bit of a ridge. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pickaxe that area. I'm not sure what's going on over there, but it is not leveling properly. Okay, maybe I can pickaxe it and it'll be fine. That's all I want there is just that little... I wanted to make it a little bit more of a round area as opposed to the... well, whatever crap it was before, so... Don't hate Mike Evans. I just don't think he's the same as he was in Atlanta. Atlanta? He's always been with the Bucks. Or are you thinking about Julio Jones? Because Julio Jones is on the Titans now. The Titans. It's just people get sick of all the attention goats receive. Feel the same way about Jordan after the third championship. Did you really? I have so amazing community. I'm jealous. Well, welcome in, Moranti. And I do have an awesome community. Seriously, it's I don't deserve it. We're on the same page, amigo. I sure am now part of this. Well, welcome in. Luce is the one everyone needs to feed with resources. True. I am a resource like, what's a good word for it? Black hole, I guess. I take everybody's resources. So Steelers fan, gotcha. That's fine then. We can both hate the Ravens together. We can hate the Ravens together. Though, even though I hate the Ravens, okay, I definitely still did not like the fact that I saw they've had like what 4 ACL tears this offseason. I don't want that. Even though I can't stand the Ravens, I don't want that. All right. Yeah, this is okay. Spent a whole day terraforming this area. How ridiculous is that? Where's my tools? Or no, I still have a pickaxe with me. Okay. Thought I put it back. All right. Hiya! Yeah! Hopefully that, I don't know, that looks okay. That looks okay. I can live with that. Not doing too bad there. Oh, probably... Nope. Okay, I'm going to leave that as is. Look at that. I can probably level it from here, too. And this wood piece here. Oh, yeah. That's looking much better. Perfect. As perfect as I'm going to get, at least. Talking JJ from Cocomelon. Just turned on for my kid, or am I having a stroke? JJ Watt. Used to play for the Houston Texans. I think he's with the Cardinals now. Arizona Cardinals. One does not negate the other. You guys are set with Haskins now? Do we think Dwayne Haskins is going to be the heir apparent to Ben Roethlisberger? Because I thought that, but then I was like, I don't know. There has been no word of him whatsoever. None. Whereas at least when Drew Brees was getting, up there in years, they talked about Taysom Hill, they talked about Jameis Winston, they talked about his backups. But there's been no talk about... there's been no talk whatsoever about Dwayne Haskins. I don't know. Quite new to Valheim. I still haven't figured out how to make the ground level. It's actually kind of tough, Flappy. But first of all, welcome in. Secondly, my best advice is to pick an area that you want to make the ground that height. And then I would build a wood floor on it. I like to build a wood floor just so I have a nice visual. So what you do is build so say I wanted to make this ground over here off the cliff. I wanted to make it this height. And I like it, let's say right here. Okay. I would build a wood floor and then I would use the hoe from there. In this case, you only get a raised ground after a certain point, I think. Is that right? Or I don't remember. Or no, maybe it's just the paved road. I can't remember now, but level ground just makes everything, it flattens things down. Can sometimes raise them up a little bit, but mostly flattens them down. And so whatever height you're standing on with this wood floor, it'll try to make it as close to that as it can. And it's not perfect. So if it's not getting quite as high as you want, you can raise the ground and build it up really high and then just flatten it back down. That's how I terraform, at least. Some people are probably better than me, but that's kind of the terraforming basics, if you will. Actually, I've got a terraform over here, so why don't I give you a good demo? I'm gonna give you a good demo over here. See how lumpy this ground is? I'll do a little practice. What else am I gonna do in the middle of the night? Just, what, die to some shamans? Key is levels towards the ground. Level of the ground you're currently standing on, not what's beside the cursor. Yeah, exactly. Hate the team, not the players. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. At least not, don't hate the players enough to wish them harm. You know what I mean? Because man, those Ravens players are, some of them play kind of dirty sometimes. What's going on over there? We got a skeleton fighting a couple gray dwarves, it looks like. Okay. Good luck on that. It doesn't raise to the wood floor. It raises to the ground beneath the floor. Yeah, true. That's true. I do it for the visual. I do it for the visual. I just want to know, like, oh, this area is really flat right here. So, which is why, like I said, I'm probably not the best, but I at least know the basics. That was sarcasm? Okay, okay. Haskins has a great stat at the one thing he does really well in the one sport he plays. Had enough of Haskins on watching football team as a fan. I got you. Honestly, sometimes kids need to grow up to be better humans. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Haskins, yeah, definitely made some mistakes off the field. But I think I think there really is some talent there. I think there's some talent. And then here's my tree tunnel for those that haven't seen it yet. My tree tunnel, which I really like. Gives me a nice view as I'm running down the path here. I should eat some food. We'll just do raw meat or cooked meat, not raw meat. We still haven't had any sacrifices here in this circle, which is kind of disappointing. Kind of disappointing if I'm being honest. But yeah, then I have a portal hut over there. Sorry, you're breaking up. Are you going through a tunnel? Oh gosh. Can you hear me now? What is that? Did a skeleton just like randomly die there? Oh no, they killed a boar. Okay. Gosh. Things, skeletons, like got some haunted land over here. Oh look, my cape's on backwards again. Yes, that's my favorite. Wish I could wear it like that all the time. Seriously, it'd be great. Eventually it fixes itself, but... No, it isn't. Watching the news, the bar isn't too high. No, it isn't. Let's see. That was his biggest problem in Washington. Dude went into a friggin' strip club joint with a group after a game to celebrate his B-Day in the midst of a pandemic. Yeah. Yeah, not great. Not great. I've always wondered about that. Like, what would I do if I had millions of dollars? Like, if I just had millions of dollars from a deal I signed, what would I do? Could you convince me to stay, like, in a, you know, just on my own property 24/7? I feel like you might. You might be able to. Then again, like, what good, I guess what good is the money if you can't enjoy it? I don't know. Didn't I destroy this rock? I could have sworn I did. Rocks don't grow back, do they? Oh no. So I made a little bit of a divot here. Whoops. Okay. Let's try to level this out a little bit. This is the future. The future place. This is the future home of my home, if you will. Maybe I got to go take out a shaman first, though, and maybe a boar. When the other players on the team told the coach they didn't want Haskins on the field, that's a bad sign. A big sign that it's change needs to be made. Yeah. Oh, crap. A little bit of poison here. A little bit of poison. That's going to be kind of close. Kind of close here. Poor health. My goodness. Good thing I ate that raw meat. Raw meat. I keep saying it, raw meat. Good thing I ate the cooked meat there. Goodness. That sucked. Okay. All right. So I'm right on the edge of the Black Forest. That's part of the reason why I keep getting all these creatures venturing over here. I think what I'm going to do, because I'm going to need a lot of space for this house. And I'll put grass back where I don't need the space, but... Have you seen the Shadow Dude in Valheim? Wait, are you talking about Odin? Have to go wake the kid. Sounds good, True Kel. Are you talking about Odin? How'd the rest of your build go last night? Had 2 sittings on our world? Sittings. Finished it up in just under 3 hours. What'd you build? He's creeping on me all the time. You have to start over at all or manage to get it sorted. Meant to hop in. That probe droid set looks awesome. Making some... Oh, I think I saw you were doing some Lego last night. It turned out okay. I was thinking Valheim when you said build, but now it makes more sense. Really cool build, bit harder than I thought. It spends a lot of time in the details. Didn't have to start all over, but went back a couple steps. Okay. Went back a few steps a couple times. Very nice, very nice. Been building my whole life, so that says something. Dang. BF is help against the raids. Against raids? The Black Forest is? All I know is it looks like some shadowy figure watching you after, and he disappears. Yeah, that's Odin. That's like the ghost of Odin, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Odin. He's definitely pretty creepy. The first time I saw him, I was like, crap, I'm screwed. Because I was actually fighting a troll at the time. I thought I was done for. All right, let's, I'm gonna have to remove these trees, I think. I think I'll probably build up to, or kind of go back towards those trees. I'll use those trees as sort of my outline. We'll go from there. That tree's probably, yeah, that tree's gonna have to go too. Okay. Couple trees I'm gonna have to cut down. Don't like cutting them down, but I could always replant after the house is built. But at least to have kind of the clearing set, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Trying to decide if I should build any bit of the house though prior to Hearth and Home, or if I should only work on preparing the grounds. Full on. Ooh. Oh, carry weight. Okay. Right. I don't know. What are other people doing? If you're playing Valheim right now, what are you doing? Are you still making new builds, or are you kind of postponing, excuse me, postponing until Hearth and Home's release? I know Coleman's making his kitchen, trying to get ready, which is going to be cool. I need to swing by and check that out. But you are waiting to finish it though until Hearth and Home. Man, what's up with my throat today? Just dry. Going for a log ride here. Gosh dang it, logs. Would you stop it? I know the ground isn't flat, but it's not that crazy here. Do you get fine wood from fine wood stumps? Probably not, do you? No. Okay. Let's see. Wish I had the imagination some of you guys do when it comes to building in Valheim. I always seem to end up with B&B, aka bed in a box. I feel like you'll probably get there though, Balinor. Oh no, don't fall that way. I have to replant so many trees. If we get a tree avalanche over here, I'll probably replant trees either way. Hopefully this doesn't kill me. Okay, not a true avalanche. When you're actually trying for a tree avalanche, the tree avalanches are super satisfying, but I'm not currently trying for one. Here we go. Okay. Can you repair trees? That'd be pretty funny. Tree avalanche. Gosh, that stump goes flying. That's awesome. I love it. Only one really that's still all wood at the top of the Stairway of Dreams. Jess's and I's Bohemian yurt. Want to put the new roofing on it. Gotcha, gotcha. Also waiting to finish my summer house. Fair enough, fair enough. Let me try to rework crafting. Area gardening in the space I've locked myself into. Hope I left enough room for the new food crafting stuff, but it's still functional as is. I still want to go check it out, even before it's finished. Still want to check it out. Get these raspy boys, though. All right. I think this is a good enough clearing. Sufficient. But what I need to do now is level the ground so I'm going to basically bring that tree down a few feet. Always kind of funny to do that, but essentially make this area kind of use the tree line that I've got now as sort of the edge of the leveling. Kind of a lot of leveling, but see how it goes. So in my head, I'll try to explain what's going on in my head here. So we've got the nice tree tunnel when you enter the property. I'll build an archway right here. And then there will be a circle drive with something. I'm trying to think of a good equivalent of a Viking fountain that'll go in the circle. So it'll be a circle drive, and then the house will be right here. Okay, so the house will probably start somewhere like back here. Will be the front of the house. It'll be built over in each direction, and then it'll be shaped kind of like a squared off U. And there'll be an open like courtyard in the back. So there'll be kind of each like two wings of the house basically. And then I'm debating on whether I want to make it, if I'd want to connect either side of the U back there and just have one open air, courthouse there in the middle, and then kind of just have it be a square, or what I want to do. But I haven't seen anything more than what Lutz has visited since I haven't been in the server since that first day. I gotcha. Have you seen the kitchen since I put all the chests and stuff in? I haven't, no. I started a new build today, but we'll build, it will be a big one, so I don't think it'll be finished before Hearth and Home comes out. Okay. So you'll be able to add some enhancements to it then, Bob. And don't worry, trees can't kill you. I can also only build B&Bs. It's all right, Phil. You'll get there. Honestly, I mean, seriously, if anybody ever saw my first building, and I don't claim to be like a master carpenter in this game by any means, but if I can improve, I promise you all can too. We need to do anything with the server to update the game. Definitely going to be doing a backup, but I don't think so. I think the game itself should be a managed version of the game, so it should be installed automatically. But yeah, I think I'm definitely going to need to make a backup. I'll probably do both. I'll do like the automatic backup and a manual backup just to be safe. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's advertised, at least, Balinor. Then again, it's not been everything advertised, but yeah, it should. That's how they've been advertising things. It's fully managed. So, all right, let's get. Let's chop down some bushes as well. Don't need these. I don't know. Are these choppable? Why? Some of them look a little different. They're not going to be chopped. Chop, chop. All right. Let's have some fun leveling now, huh? I'm gonna try to build an Olympic city, and I start on the stadium today. Oh, okay. Awesome. I like that idea. I've not heard of that idea before. So so you start on the stadium. Is choppable a word? It is now. It is now. Can I level? Probably can't level all the way out here. All right, we'll try to. So we're kind of on this tree over here. Can go up towards that rock, I guess. That rock will eventually kind of shift downwards. I might have to carve away at this a little bit. See how it goes. I wanted to bring that tree down because I think, let's see. Try to make that kind of the edge. Then again, if I chop that tree down, I've got a lot more of a circular space. This one kind of, yeah, maybe these two trees here. More of a circular space if I chop down this tree at least. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll leave it for now. Kind of just trying to plan out the grounds here. Just trying to plan out the grounds. It's kind of cool because once you get the cultivator, you can always put grass back. So if you mess something up, you can always put it back. Good feeling. Definitely a good feeling. Lighter colored bushes are raspberry. Oh, did I just chop down? I did chop down some of the raspberry bushes, didn't I? Whoops. I have a decent amount, and there's still some in the area, so I'll just have to be more careful next time. You can see there's some behind the house, too. Or behind the grounds. No, we don't think that when the new update comes out, we'll have to create a new Valheim world. Like in Minecraft, the old seeds don't populate with new stuff. Yeah, hopefully. Jeez. I don't even want to think about that. Losing everything. That'd be terrible. That would be terrible. Please let us grow berries. Just because you don't want doesn't mean that it works. Yeah. Yeah. I know. That's for sure. Hopefully it is the case, though. Hopefully we're not going to have to do anything too major. All right. So, take a look over here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think let's see. Yeah, see if I bring those all the way up. So those are raspberry bushes right here, right? Or wait, maybe only that one is. Yeah, only that one's a raspberry bush. But there are raspberry bushes back here, too. So I'm not overly concerned. And I do have a decent stockpile of raspberries. Not overly concerned that I just murdered a couple raspberry bushes. And I'm about to murder one more. I think I'm going to go up to this stone here. Up to this stone. We'll kind of go around here. This birch. I'm going to leave the birch and this beech here. I'm going to knock down this beech, and then I'll kind of circle around this. I'll leave the raspberry bush, but that'll kind of be the edge there. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'll knock down this bush too. No other bushes, though. No other raspberry bushes. All right, so this beech and that beech got to go. And everything else I'll keep. As far as the trees go. All right. Hopefully it falls that direction. Oh, one hitter. Okay, there we go. So say I can't hit the stump from here. There'd be plenty uproar if that was the way it worked and there hasn't been any of that. I feel like people are being real about it, but maybe you're right. Yeah. Hopefully, yeah, I said hopefully not. Hopefully not. Definitely will be backing it up, though. Then again, I don't know if it's possible to roll back updates in this game or not. I'm not sure how that would work. We'd probably have to mod the game to make it work. But if that's the case, I mean, if that's what we had to do, I would definitely do it. I would not let everybody's hard work go to waste here. So would not let it go to waste. All right. This should be good. Excuse me, dear. You're in my leveling area. Actually, go over here. Yeah, this is okay. Oh, I didn't knock out those bushes. That's fine. We'll get them. Again, this is going to be a pretty decent terraforming effort for me, who's not amazing at it, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so that tree is going to be kind of the edge right there. It is kind of hard. There's not really a whole lot of precision in this. Not a ton, at least. We'll work on the flattening out of things later, but for now, just trying to get the grounds laid here. Let's see. Now I can imagine some bugs may crop up that cause some builds to no longer look right. That's possible. I could see that, yeah. I could see that. Alrighty, look at that. Okay, we opened it up a decent amount more. Okay, how do we feel about that? I like it. I think that's a much more creative space right there, having that much area. So maybe we'll take out these bushes here. Also, I'm gonna have to. Ooh, okay, another full wood pile. I don't have enough stone, but I can do a couple of wood stacks. I need to get my forge updated, though, because I currently can't repair this sword that Coleman gifted me. Oh, dandelions are going to be sprouting up here. There needs to be a weed killer in Hearth and Home. I want dandelions sprouting through the floorboards. I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it. But it's mostly that the new area, aka Mistlands, might not get populated. Is Mistlands in this update? Valheim replying to somebody else. Some updates will most likely need new worlds to be created, I'm afraid. The new biome, for example, but your old world should still be intact. There you go. Huh. From their twit feed. That's disappointing, but I guess understandable. Okay, hang on a second. Some updates will most likely need new worlds to be created, but your old world should still be intact. Oh, okay. I think I know what you're saying. So it's basically they'd be separate worlds. Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, Roundup Viking Edition. That'd be great. I could definitely use some of that. That happened a lot in the barn, my very first actual build. There were dandelions that would sprout up through the floor, and I'm like, gosh, dang it. I'd keep picking the floor in my house. I don't like that. Please don't knock over this birch. It's my decorative birch. Only Coleman's allowed to knock it down. It'd be for payback for me knocking down his decorative birch. All right. There we go. Yeah, I'm kind of picturing some things. I'm picturing some things and some stuff in my head. See if it turns out the way that I'm picturing it. But yeah, nice little opening. This is kind of what I wanted. Just an opening for the house. But other than that, just trees. And I can always replant trees. That's the good part. So, I guess if I could go into a new world with my fully leveled up character, that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can at least, you should be able to take your character along. That's all. That's always been the case as far as I know. Right? Coleman, do you still have your very first character you created on release? Or anybody else for that matter? I assume there's never been an issue with importing characters. All right. I could make a little boar pen. I could do that. Where would I put that, though? Where would I put that? Oh, it didn't really follow me. Probably going to get killed by some bees, too. Oh, dang it. All right. I might make a boar pen somewhere along here, too. I actually think I'd probably put the boar pen out over there. Sort of the farmlands. Put a crop over here, and it's nice and flat for the most part. Boar pen, I think that'd work pretty well. Also, if you remember from Red Dead Redemption 2, the Braithwaite Manor is actually on a farm. So, I believe as you're coming down the road in the tree tunnel, you've kind of got a farmland over there, if I recall correctly. But you definitely got farms all around the property. So this one, I'm not going to make farms that big because, I mean, frankly, you don't need them that big in Valheim, but some updates, it doesn't mean this Hearth and Home update would need a new world. They're just saying future updates might require. Yeah, I get that. Biomes. Yeah, the biomes being different. I get that. Same character since day one, but I started right when this server went up. Yeah. Come on, Lutz, shouldn't you get the house built before you build the support buildings? Look, squirrel. Probably should, right? Let's go do some repairs right quick. And then we'll try to get this level flat, this area flattened out. I'll see if I can give any sort of tips on leveling ground here. I'll see if I can help out. If it helps somebody, I'll feel good about myself. I'll feel good about myself for a little bit here. So, all right. I could also put some other crap back. Crap bag. Crap back. Weeds. We got some dandelions here. Seeds. Okay. Eyes. Got eyes and resin. Eyes here. Actually, let's go ahead and load these torches up first before I put the resin away. Just so that when it inevitably gets dark, I can actually see something. Okay. Resin. We got leather scraps. No hides. Do have a couple trophies. I still don't really know what I'm doing there, but I missed a seed as well, an ancient seed. Feathers? Oh, I should have put leathers and feathers together. Why didn't I do that? Put bones and feathers together. Feathers, bones, and raspy boys. Raspy boys. Yeah, I have a decent stockpile. 124 raspy boys. You help me all the time. That episode of Friends was on yesterday. Here's my husband, crap bag. Oh gosh, I love it. I laughed so hard the first time I saw that episode. Paul Rudd is just great. I love Paul Rudd. Crap bag, just the way he says it. Crap bag. That's freaking great. If we could somehow remake Friends without the laugh track, if we could do that, then again, it's creepy. You can't... It'd have to be a full-on remake because they pause for the laugh track. You know what I mean? And so it'd just be dead silence for a little while, which is just kind of odd and creepy, frankly. But yeah. Okay, so I like the level pretty much right around here. So I think I'll try to level everything over to this height here. I'm going to need to build a workbench, though. Build one right there. Yeah, that's in the leveled enough spot. Got that spot on. Crap bag. I changed my name, too. I can't remember the first part of Phoebe's name. I know it's like something... Oh, Princess Consuela Banana Hammock? Is that the full name? I changed my name, too. Oh, what'd you change it to? Crap bag. Bingo, yeah. Princess Consuela Banana Hammock. We got any other Friends fans? I know Friends is not really a show that aged particularly well, though. All right. Do I have enough stone for this? Not really, but we'll see how it goes. Okay. All right, so let me try to do a tutorial in here. The only problem is there's no light, and so I'm worried people aren't going to be see me very well. Let me see if I can make... maybe we'll make like a campfire. Is that enough light? What's the best light source for nighttime if you're actually trying to see a big area? A bonfire? Really? I caught myself on fire after the campfire was out? I could make a bonfire. I have all those things. Oh, did What If come out today? Was the newest episode today, Steph? I was this close to putting What If on last night before the game. What materials do you need for a bonfire? I've not unlocked it. You need a Surtling core, ancient wood, or ancient bark, fine wood, and core wood. Currently rewatching Friends. How far in are you, Phil? You said rewatching, so you've seen them all before. What is this over here? Leather scraps. Oh, the bees killed that other boar. Sad. I think I might build some. I think I'm just gonna build a few standing torches. It'll be fine. I'm gonna get some resin back. Just grab a stack of it. Yeah, we'll build some standing torches just so that I can actually see. I don't want to wait till daytime to start on this, but I'm just too impatient. I feel like the days are pretty fast. All right, I'll try to build one. So I'm going to try to level roughly this, starting using that area as my guide. Okay, so let's put a few torches up, or variously around the area. That boar is not happy about that torch being laid. All right, and then one here and maybe one there. Okay, good enough. Okay, so that gives me some ground here. And now it's starting to get light out. No, it's not. Okay, it's just the light of the torches. Should I put torches down this path or no? Oh, come on. Couldn't two hit that brute? Continuous cycle of Friends and have been since 1994. Seen them before and I'm at season 6 or so. Gotcha. Used to love Friends. Can't bring myself to sit through it again. Like Lou said, a lot of it didn't age well. Yeah, exactly. There's some really truly classic parts in it. But yeah, not the best aging of a show I've ever seen. That's for sure. Okay, my friends, let's try a tutorial here of how to level ground for noobs. Oh, hang on a second. Let me just murder this Grey Dwarf. Okay. After you're done, step 1, murder all Grey Dwarves in the area. Step 2, get out your handy-dandy hoeing device, okay? So what I'm going to do here, in this case, I'm going to try to level it similar to this standing wood torch right here. That's going to be the area. I'd like to make as much of the ground over here as level to that spot as possible. So what I like to do... And like I said, it's not for everybody necessarily, but I like to put a wood floor in the area that I'm going to level. That way it gives me a nice visual of like how much things have to be kind of changed. And as Coleman announced earlier, you're not actually leveling when you're standing on the wood floor like this. You're not actually leveling the ground to the wood floor. It's actually leveling it to the space directly below the floor. So the floor will be sitting flat on the ground. Okay. So I'm going to take this, and in this case, this is obviously a low spot. So I'm going to have to use the raised ground method here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up this area until it's significantly higher than the area I actually want to level. All right. But again, you have to, sometimes the fun police come along, and you have to chase them into the woods until they die. And when that happens, just try to collect yourself, all right? Try to collect yourself afterwards. I know it's pretty frustrating sometimes, but the fun police are ever present, okay? So I'm going to go back here, the low ground. I'm going to raise this up until it's, like I said, at least a decent amount higher than the area I'm trying to level it at. This is how I do it. I don't know if this is how everybody does it, but I'm going to raise the ground. And you want to make sure this ground is, every part of it is raised. You don't want to have any low spots. Hopefully this doesn't make too much. I'm not going to do every part of this just yet. I'm going to kind of just show a little bit here and there. I do have some more stone sitting here, though. You want to have some stone on hand because the leveling goes... You really run out of stone quickly when you do that, raising ground. All right, so I think that's pretty decent. So we'll try to level it now to this spot here. Actually, let me raise a little bit right there as well. I'm going to kind of bury the... I don't want to fully bury this spot here, but... so then I switch over to level ground, and I'm standing on the wood, so now I can just smack all the ground around the wood. Okay. So you can see it's now it's a base piece here. You can see by the blue stability. So it's sitting directly on top of the ground, but you can see it's kind of floating a little bit. It's making contact with the ground, but it's not perfectly level with the ground because, again, as Coleman said, it raises to the bottom of the floor, not level with the floor. Okay. So that leveled out that low spot pretty good. So what I would do then is just continue doing that, raising ground, leveling it, raising ground, leveling it. And obviously on higher spots, you can use your pickaxe to a certain extent. You can use your pickaxe to knock that out. And I'll show you that too in a second. But let's see. Still doesn't stop me from yelling pivot if I'm helping people move, though. Absolutely. Really can't stand Ross as a character. Watching it over so many times, he's actually such a D-bag. My parents have been watching Friends since release, and they still laugh at it, although they've seen it a million times. They're all problematic in their own way, but Ross had issues. Yeah, you're not wrong. Definitely one of those quotable shows. We lived in Switzerland. It was one of the few shows we recognized. We watched all again there, so kind of over it myself. Gotcha. You can't level. You can't use level for raising or lowering it. I've been doing this all wrong. Wait, which part was I don't, maybe I'm not following you, Steph. You want to actually have like if you didn't notice when I raise it like this, it's not like it is level on top. This one square here is level. But if you notice, like if there's any bit of overlap in here, it can get pretty unlevel quickly. So I like to build it up pretty high and then knock it back down a little bit, because sometimes it's like it's too high, if that makes sense. It just gets a little bit too high. But oh, I didn't mean to knock that one out. So then what I like to do when I'm moving on to the next area, I like to build the floor. I snap it in just so that it's still level to that first spot I was at. I will level the floor out like that. And then since I'm no longer using that area over there, I can knock out the wood if I need to. Otherwise, if you're not short on wood, you don't have to knock the floor down. But then we go back to re-raising. So, will that torch be buried? It will. Okay, good. Good. Maybe I need to knock that torch down first, if I can even. Sounds like me. Very easily pleased. My sandwich? Chill out, Ross, you weirdo. It was a sandwich. My other fave. This is very informative indeed. Thank you. No problem. No problem. Hopefully I can help. Ooh. Foggy. Wow, very foggy. Hopefully I can help with the high ground as well. The high ground is, I think, a little bit easier to level, in my opinion, because it doesn't take as much resourcing, so you don't have to keep stopping and starting. Let's see if I'm able to knock down this torch. Okay, I think I've officially lost this torch, so let me dig it out. Let's equip that over the Queen's Jam. So if you got a pickaxe, obviously you can always dig a little bit. Okay, so now it's daytime. Hopefully I won't need the torch too much anyway. But yeah, once you start pickaxing and raising ground, you'll notice that you get some pretty odd shapes here. Like this is half a square that's raised. And it's just not great. So that's why I try to raise up higher than the level I'm going and then just level it back down. And in this case, I really didn't realize this ground dropped off as much as it did over here. Because I was going to use this tree line over here as kind of my guide. I had already dug out the ground I wanted to use. And you can see how much of it, the elevation change it is, truly a lot. And then for raised ground, the other thing too is you don't have to use this, like if you want to use the wood platform technique like I use just for a visual, it doesn't really help to stand on the wood platform while you're raising ground. It's only really for the for leveling ground. Ross is just so annoying. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not going to get any arguments from me. Although I had one of my best friends from high school, his name is Ross, so I got to be very careful when I say that. Ross Geller. Ross Geller. Of course, if you've seen Dexter as well, there's a bad guy, Dr. Geller, and makes me think of Ross a little bit. Called him Dr. Ross Geller. I'm a doctor. Been using level for everything, been a bloody nightmare. Oh yeah, it doesn't truly work like that, unfortunately. Unfortunately. It'd be great if it did. Level can both raise and lower ground, but it's just not by very much. This thing. It can only do it like a certain amount. So like right here, let's see if let me rebuild this flooring over here. I'm having trouble with the snaps today. So we'll build this path over here. And again, I like to use the wood just again so that I know that I'm leveling it. Originally the path came over here, so I do that so that I know it's truly level to the area that I've been leveling at. Because the thing I would not want to see is me think that it's level because I kind of took my eyes off the place that I was originally leveling. So yeah. That's not bad. And that's not too bad. I didn't raise this middle part enough, though. Not quite. But then every now and then, sometimes you get these right on the path like that, just a little bit built up, a little bit of extra dirt. You can just level it out, and it's set. Hey, we're getting there. We're getting there. This area was, in particular, is pretty dang rough. It was very bumpy. Very lumpy and bumpy. So it's getting there. I can see myself building on this plot. I can see it coming. It's just so dang foggy, though. Holy crap. I will say David Schwimmer in Band of Brothers is real good. Leaned into the D-bag of Ross. I've not seen that either. It's been ages since watching it. Lost the box set years ago, but oh man, so good. Not normally a war drama person. I'm not either, really. Maybe that's why I hadn't gotten around to watching it. It's a little bit of a low spot right there. Just a tiny bit. I'm gonna have to knock this torch out too. Which is okay. If I get this area leveled, I don't really need the torch anymore. But I am going to need more stone here soon. I had a little bit stockpiled, but not truly enough, probably, for this job. Not enough. Ooh, down to my last 51 stone pieces. Uh-oh. That is not going to be enough, probably, to finish this terraforming. Definitely not. Then again, I'll get some. Maybe I'll just switch over there and I'll start trying to level that out. You guys seen The Americans? Not the same type of war drama, more of a spy war drama. The Americans. Is that on Prime? I don't think I've seen that. Is that the wait a minute. What's the one with gosh, what is that one? Maybe I have seen The Americans. There's one on no. What's it called? Gosh, I'm drawing a blank on that one. It's about like Nazi hunters, KGB spies in America. There's one, oh, it's called The Hunters, right? Or Hunters, something like that. With Al Pacino. Yes, that one's good. That one was good. What is that called? Just Hunters? The Hunters? I'm totally drawing a blank on that, but yeah, that one was good. I enjoyed that. Nazi Hunters. Yeah, it was good. So you saw it then, Steph? Did you guys read? Wait. Did you guys read the book Bandit Brothers by Stephen Ambrose? Schwimmer's role of Sobel was spot on. Sobel was an absolute dick. I didn't read the book actually either. So you're saying he did a great job. I've seen him in other things. He was in American Crime, I think, the O.J. Simpson story. I think he was in that. Wasn't he one of the lawyers or something? Did a pretty good job, I felt like, in that. Didn't quite level that out enough or raise ground enough over there. Okay. Yeah, this is looking good, though. This is looking much better. Much, much better. It was like you always got to take a little bit of time to go back and look at your handiwork, too. Feel good about yourself. Once you've figured out terraforming, it's a good feeling. Because holy crap, it is tough. It's really tough. There's no hand-holding when it comes to the terraforming in this game. You know, so once you figure it out, like, you got it. And I had to have some help for sure. Like, I definitely had help from members of the guild in learning all of this. So if I can pay it back, I'm happy to. Really good too. I'd recommend The Americans. Couple seasons and really good story. Yeah, I think it was Rob Kardashian. Bob Shapiro. Shapiro, thank you, autocorrect. Bob Shapiro. Who was it? Was it Rob Kardashian or I don't remember, but yeah. Also in Intelligence, a comedy where he's in charge of a spy org. O.J. Simpson one was really good. It was. Cuba Gooding Jr. did fantastic work too in that. I made a question mark here. I didn't even realize it. Question mark? What are you building? That was not my intention, but it was kind of cool. Confirmed. Riddler hideout. Confirmed. All right. Let's build a little bit more this direction. Yeah, this one's a little bit buried still, so we'll level from here. Oh, there goes the hoe again. I can't believe it's twice now. I've never broken it before and broke it twice in the same day. Do boars eat mushrooms? Stupid question, but do boars eat mushrooms? I know they eat berries. Got lots of mushrooms too, so that's why I'm wondering. Bob says they do. Awesome. Okay. So many hoes in this stream. Didn't rate that bit cringe. Probably the English characters in it that weird me out. Oh gosh. I think it's funny. Cool. So boars eat mushrooms. That's great. I've got plenty of mushrooms too. And I've got mushrooms growing right next to my storage hut over there. All right. So I'll come back and finish this, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I try to at least get back to... Now let's do this. Let's give a tutorial on when the ground is a little bit too high as well. So now we've got a decent grasp on how to level out low ground. So I want to level out high ground now. So if I'm going over here, again, this is the area I'm trying to level to, this torch right here. So I could build a path over here, but it would actually be buried. So maybe I'll try rebuilding another one though. Okay. And this is actually a little bit dangerous because the path, so I probably won't rebuild the path like that. Because it could be just a tiny bit off. So I'll build the path back over here from the existing path. And you can see it's actually a little bit buried here too. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means, at least not for me. But yeah, now I've got the path back to the height I want. Okay, once it starts getting buried, that's when I'm going to go ahead and stop building. So this one actually can snap in there. And now I can't really see the path anymore. So what I would do from here, just me again, you could start with the level ground and see if you can get it fully uncovered using that. This can only go so far though. So you might try to level out all the ground. Oh, I just broke the torch. Might try to level out as much of the ground as you can using the hoe. But eventually you're going to come to a point where it's just not going to level anymore. At least not enough to make it, you know, truly what you want. So you can see here, there's a little bit of a slant. Even though I've been leveling this area right here, still kind of goes up the hill. So what I'll do now is I'll try to build more again, as far as I can. Do more leveling. As much leveling as you possibly can before you start breaking ground, if at all possible. But now you can see it's not uncovering from the path. So now it's time to use the old pickaxe. Okay. So don't worry if you accidentally dig too deep with the pickaxe, just remember, okay, like in this case, I've actually made the ground lower. I can always rebuild this back up. Okay. But the pickaxe is pretty strange. It does pretty well make like a pretty square space here. It'll make very jagged cuts for you. So what I'll do is now essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it as flat as I possibly can, or as close to the path as I did. And I might build the path out more too as I go. We got to be, the hope is I'm not going to be too below the main ground over here, because you can only dig so deep with the pickaxe. I think it's 12 squares of terrain. So if you dig any deeper than that, even though you're hitting it with a pickaxe, you won't be able to hit it any further. Like, it's not going to go down any further. So in this case, I've dug out a decent amount. It's relatively flat for considering using the pickaxe. So I'll build more flooring over here. Okay, as far as I can. And then once again, use the hoe to level ground around it. Okay. Now, sometimes you'll get lucky and the ground will raise up a little bit to come meet the path. Sometimes it won't. But if it's a low spot, you just do what you did over there, where you raise the ground up above the space you want, stand on your path, and then level the ground to that space. So there you go. That's pretty much how you're going to be able to terraform large spaces to make flat houses. That's the way I do it, at least. So hopefully that helped. And yeah, let me know. Let me know if there's anything else I can help explain. Turnips too. Oh, they like turnips? Wish people did this thinking out loud commentary style more often with other games too. Really helps dimwits like me. And you're not a dimwit, Steph. Like I said, it's not super intuitive. The game doesn't hold your hand in that way and teach you how to do it. So, and had I not had somebody tell me how to do it, I would probably still not know. You know, it's just not something that's super intuitive. Yay, dimwit club. None of y'all are dimwits. Not a single one of you. Wigglebile, appreciate the follow. Welcome in, Wiggle. Cheers. Hope you're having a good day thus far, Wiggle. How do babies work? Where do they come from? So, Steph, when a mommy loves a daddy. True. True. They have to love each other very much. All right. Yeah, this has been good. I don't know. There's something satisfying about terraforming too. I don't know, does anybody else feel like that? If you notice as well, like you can kind of level the ground up to the rock wall. You can see it's moving just a little bit as I'm trying to level the ground, but it's not going to have any drastic changes without the pickaxe. All right. Hey, what's going on, Reapers? How have you been? Been a little while. Hope you've been doing well. I hope I don't run into the issue here. We don't have very much further to go in terms of digging this spot out over here. So for those of you that aren't aware how far or what I'm looking at, I'm using this rock, this tree, rock, and that tree kind of as the edge of this property. So if I can get over there without it being, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. Again, you only have 12 spaces you can dig down into the earth. After 12, it doesn't let you dig any further. So, kind of digging more of a hole than I wanted here. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole. Anybody seen Ed, Edd and Eddy when you were a kid? That was one of my favorite cartoons. Ed, Edd and Eddy. My mom hated it, though. She thought it was just too stupid. They literally used Ed's head as a shovel to dig a hole. I thought it was freaking funny. But back again. Guess who's back? Tell a friend. We're doing some slim. Doing some slim up in here. Can you pickaxe a tunnel in the side of a mountain? You can't. Yeah, you can't. The only thing that you can dig underneath are big rocks. So not rocks like this, like deposits. Is this a deposit over here? Let's see. Oh, we got a blue bush right here. So yeah, you can dig underneath these rocks. These rocks won't move. And then also the elder platform. So these giant deposits, this is just a stone deposit. You can dig underneath those. Those will not drop on you, but everything else, you see how I'm digging here and how the top level is affected. So I smack with the pickaxe here, and it goes all the way up to the top ground. That's how you know, like, you can't actually dig underground. Not truly at least. So yeah, it is a shame. Hopefully maybe that'll change sometime. But we got 2 cheers here. I want to give a cheers to Reapers Rule since they were first. Cheers, Reapers. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. And then I got another cheers for Flappy Prince for that follow. Thanks for hanging out with us today, Flappy. Yeah, that's true. You can dig under a build. Yeah, that's true. I guess you could, if you build a floor, it'll stay put. But it still has to abide by the law of structural integrity, right? It doesn't stay like a core piece of structure. Okay, that should be good there. Gotta round this out a little bit. Trying to dig around a corner is not very possible, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, so we'll dig a little bit more over here. This area is still a little bit high. But you see, like, the pickaxe just makes an absolute mess of things. So you pretty much have to... You have to dig down just a little bit lower, and then you can always raise ground if you need to. If you dug a little bit too deep, you can always raise ground and then level from there again. That's the good part of it, right? Happy little accidents, Bob Ross style. You can build a basement, which I think is fun. True. Yeah, basements are cool. I like basements. My Spank Tower, if you will. I'm sure some people can be confused by that name, but Spank Tower is the name of my first home on this server. It has a little bit of a basement. It was dug into a hillside. Okay. All right. That's not bad. That's not too bad at all. Will those stone deposits give you a bunch of stones? Stupid question. They will. They will. And the other thing too is about the deposits. They go way underground. They go deeper underground than they look. They look like they just be kind of on the surface, but if you actually dig around them, you'll see they're massive. And it's not just stone. Copper's the same way. So If you're having trouble finding too many copper deposits, it's a good idea to just go ahead and fully dig out around the one that you did find. You'll find out there's a lot more copper in those things than you originally thought. Bros, there's a troll and he's following me. Oh goodness, Phil. It killed me. Okay, dang it. Sorry to hear that, Phil. That'll happen. I've died by trolls plenty of times. Plenty of times. Let's see. Have to go. Have a great stream and everyone have a great day. Bob, can we get a cheers up one more time? Because I don't know how to pronounce Bob's actual name. They were generous enough to say that I can call them Bob. So cheers, Bob. Appreciate you so much for bringing the raid. Cheers. I hope you have an awesome weekend, Bob. How's it going? Had to step out for some brekkie. I could go for some brekkie. It's all good. I was actually just kind of trying to do a tutorial on terraforming still. So I kind of taught a little bit about the leveling out from low ground and how to raise the ground and make it level. And now I'm doing kind of how to level out the high ground and make it level. So I haven't fully leveled out this area yet, but at least we've kind of laid the groundwork for it. So again, I like to use the wood floors. Not 100% necessary though, as I've mentioned. So then you can just try to level out as much as you can while on the pathway here. And it'll raise up a little bit. If it can, it'll raise up a little bit. If it can't, you'll have to build it up again and then knock it down. But as you can see, that's looking much, much closer to what I want. This area was quite the hill. As you can see, the hill is right there. And then this is the area that I've leveled now. So looking like a good area. Appreciate that, Coleman. I'm excited. I'm excited for this build. I seriously, like, I know I talked about some ambitious builds before, but this one is actually, I continually get more ambitious. I don't know if that's a good thing. Eventually I'm going to crash and burn, I'm sure, but you know, my Spank Tower turned out satisfactory, at least for what I was going for, I think. I can go ahead and knock down this. So my friends, you don't have to use torches either. It's just the fact that I don't like, I want to be able to build in the darkness. That's all I'm using the torches for, just so I can see what the heck I'm doing. And darkness is, I feel like it's here so quickly, the darkness. But got to go now, so I'll get my stuff next time I log on. Have fun. All right, Phil. Hope you had a good time hopping into the server for a little while, and hope you have an awesome weekend, my friend. Seriously. One can say he has the high ground. Don't try it. We did. Yeah, we did finish Subnautica, Reapers. Finished Below Zero sometime in June, I want to say. Early June. And it was a good time. It was a good time. I think overall, I still liked the original Subnautica more, but I did truly enjoy Below Zero. Pretty deep observation about the darkness, I know. It just, I feel like it's just, there's too much darkness in the game, you know? They really want you to craft your light sources. They do. You can see this area is just a little bit too high still. A little bit too high. Try to level it out a little more with the pickaxe first. And the fun police will come and get you. Especially at nighttime. All right. Come here. Made me damage my own workbench. Wish days were a little longer. I know. Me too. Me too. The days are so nice. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't want nighttime to just disappear in this game. I think nighttime is pretty dang cool, but as far as the balance, I just feel like it's too evenly balanced, if that makes sense. Like, I think the day should be a little longer than the night, and maybe it is. Maybe it's just I'm greedy and I want more daytime, but yeah. I don't know. Does anybody know? Are there equal parts day and night in this game? Or am I complaining about something that doesn't exist? All right. So this is potentially You got to be patient when you do the terraforming. It does take a while. Definitely got to be patient, which is hard. I mean, definitely hard for me because I'm a little impatient. But you can see that's actually leveled quite a bit better now. Oop, not a wall, a floor. I was thinking about something. Would anybody be interested in this? And I don't know. I don't even know if it's possible. Okay, probably the dumbest idea I've ever had in terms of video games. And let me know if you'd be interested in this. Okay, Subnautica fans. I am considering maybe going back into the original Subnautica and seeing if I can do a floater-only playthrough. Floaters-only playthrough. Now, obviously, I would still feed myself, but I mean, in terms of like weapons, I wouldn't make a stasis rifle. I wouldn't make the thermoblade. I would not do any of that stuff. The only stuff I would do is make stuff where I would try to get food, you know, and see if I could do a floater-only weapon run. What do we think of that? See if I can kill a Reaper with a floater, or, you know, like a ghost. I don't know, but just something stupid like that. That's kind of what I've been thinking about. And that sounds really dumb now that I'm saying it out loud. Extremely dumb now that I'm saying it out loud. So let me know. Let me know what you think. Not too bad. This area is still pretty high over here. This would have been... I would have had to repair my pickaxe like 3 times if I still was using the hard antler pickaxe. Talking about poop weapons? Not poop weapons, no. Floaters in, like, the creatures of Subnautica. Yeah, not turds. Not turds. I can see the confusion, though. I can see the confusion. Don't want to get rid of night completely, for sure. Are you making it on loot server? I'd like to see one IRL. Wait, hang on a second. I believe night is a little shorter. Okay. I'm gonna pick online. You can use 2-meter wood pole and use individual 1-meter poles as winding stairs around it. Oh yeah, I've seen that actually. I've seen that before. Go to my house and take the portal to see the tower. Nice. Okay. Next time I'm on. It's a work in progress. Just know it's a work in progress and the stairs are in beta. Trying to use planks at angles to achieve it. Nice. Novel idea, but funny as you contemplate it. Yeah, it's just pretty... I mean, it'd be... I feel like it's something that probably hasn't been attempted before, so that'd be the cool part about it. Could I set a world floater record? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, this is looking pretty good. My friends, I'm going quite long today, so what I'm going to try to do now... I'm going to go take a peek at Coleman's kitchen. So I've not seen this in a little while. I'm going to leave things kind of as they are. Actually, hang on a second. Before I do that, let me knock out these wood piles. Wood floor, I don't really care too much about. That's not going to get broken. But the wood piles, I'll go ahead and... Do I have enough carry? Maybe not for both. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Nope. We're fine. This is fine. Little over encumbered. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? Wish I had my headphones so I could hear the stream. Oh, I'm sorry, Reaper. Let's go ahead and I'll just come back for that. No reason to... All right, here we go. Put the stones away. Didn't have that much stone. Wood, though. I did have a little bit of wood piled up. And then a little bit of fine wood. Okay. Grey dwarf eyes, resin, leather, and some weeds. Leather, weeds. Alrighty. And then I got to grab that other stone pile over here. All right. Great. Inventory is pretty well managed. Let's see. Can I repair any of this stuff? I can't repair that, so I'll have to repair at Coleman's place. I got to get my forge built and then upgraded. I was like, ew, Lutz, no, we're not going to do any turds. No turds. Just there are these creatures that stick to things, and when they stick to them, they float, like they raise up. It's pretty funny, actually. I had a couple floaters stuck on some fish in the game, and then they can't really swim anywhere. They just float to the top. But they actually can destroy things too. So they do a lot of damage for some reason. Don't really know why. But they do. Hey, did this get changed? Look at that again. Okay. I don't know why. For some reason, it looked like the title was changed. Oh, backwards cape. Let's go. Okay, this got rebuilt. I'm just going to go ahead and run down to Coleman's. Why do I want to get rid of the wood piles? So, Coleman, I heard that if they take water damage and you like break them down, you lose some of the wood from them. I'm just afraid I'll forget to repair them before I break them down, and so I'll lose that wood. So I just went ahead and broke them down beforehand. It's just trying to prevent myself from being forgetful. But if I'm mistaken on that, then I won't break them down in the future. Oh, the path got broken. I don't have a stone cutter with me either. Out of context quotes going for the world's biggest floater. Taking the concept of the normal spiral and expanding it the width of the tower so it's tricky. Oh, wow. That does sound tricky. Aside from collisions with little fishies and my sea moth, yeah. I've heard that's terrible. Like, they can really wreck your sea moth. Oh, that's cool. Like the dragon's eggs. Very cool. Look at this. Look at this storage. Who's going to be the bartender? Oh, that's a hole in the ground. Okay, never mind. I was going to try to jump behind the bar. Never mind. That's what I would get. What's going to be, what do you plan on doing with this area here? What is this? Ooh, is that something to go with the artisan table? Spinning wheel requires a roof. Flax? I don't know what that's for. I've not encountered flax yet. This is looking good, Coleman. Of course, I mean, I knew it would. I knew it would. Look at all that storage, though. So, did you knock down all the... Oh, you still have some in here, too. This is more of your seeds area now, it looks like. And the fermenter. So, we have the kitchen and then a bar. It's so funny, I almost jumped over that, but... Still look at laughing at how the front looks like a scared face. It does. It does. It's pretty great. The scared kitchen. Yeah, what are you going to name it? The scared kitchen? The stairs to Valhalla. Maybe something really cool at the top. Imagine if you did that and you were the one to find your floater time capsule. Oh my gosh, yes. So for those of you that aren't aware, I left a time capsule in Subnautica, not knowing that so you have the option at the end of the game to leave a time capsule, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody that's not played. I didn't know that the time capsule actually went to another player. Like, they could find it in their world, so you can actually transfer items from game to game. And I didn't know that, so I filled a capsule up full of floaters, which are a pretty common item. And yeah, I didn't know that. And so once I found out, I went with it. Some people encouraged me; they were encouraging me, and I just did it anyway. So probably shouldn't have. That is incorrect. They will still give all the resources. Oh, so even if the wood pile has taken water damage, they'll still give me 50 wood. If that's the case, then I won't ever break down a wood pile again. I'm just going to leave them wherever the heck I dang well want. Just have a wooden plank like on a pirate boat, the ultimate sacrifice from top of tower. What I want to do, though, is I want to build a portal on the edge. I don't know where the edge... I mean, we're dead center of this world here, but I guess... I want to go to the edge of the world and build a plank off of it so we can throw our items away. And we'll have a portal over there to take us there. We'll just call it the trash heap or whatever. Trash void. I want to throw items off the edge of the world and see if they cease to exist. But it would be kind of cool. Let's see the stairway Steph is talking about. Okay, so I got to go from Nonder's place. Oh, gosh, I can't remember where Nonder's at. I found his place one time, but I don't remember where that was at. Maybe we might have to wait till next time. We might have to wait. By the river in between spawn and village. Oh, okay, maybe never mind. That's close enough. All right. Upstairs will be portals to the Plains farm. Okay, gotcha. Love that understairs storage looks V cool. It does. It does. Ah, okay. That's right. All right. I was going to name it something to do with mother, seeing as I put motor on the front. Yeah, that makes sense. You start in the center on all Valheim worlds? I don't know if you start in the center on all Valheim worlds, actually. I assume so. But I guess I don't know for sure. All right, so we're taking this portal over here. Dark Tower. I've been to the Dark Tower, actually. I've been there once before. It's been a little bit. Let's check out the staircase. It's, I don't know if it was built. I don't know if there was any staircase built since the last time I was here. Not sure. Oh, yeah. No, there's definitely more built in here now. Okay. All right, what do we got here? Oh, okay, okay. I see the planks. I see them. The 2-meter beams. I see them up in there. All right. A little rough still. No worries. I mean, that's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. I would jump up there, but I probably would die if I jumped too far. There we go. Okay. That's good. It's good height. Is this as high as you can make it without it falling apart on you? It looks like it probably is. I'm going to go taller, but yes, you'll die. I got you. Probably. Wouldn't be the first time I fell from an unfinished tower. Wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the last either. Wouldn't be the last. Big improvement from last time? Yeah, same. Eventually I'll put a portal in the woods and make it a really cool approach. Sounds good. I think go a bit higher, but I have to get creative. You got some wood iron? Got any wood iron beams you can attach? I think I've got wood iron here. Yeah, I've got wood iron poles I can make. That'll help with some structuralness. Yeah, what Lute said. Only because you said it first, Coleman. Only because you said it first a while back. Why did I pack the laptop? Wait, what do you mean? You didn't want to pack the laptop? Find it so hard to watch and not play? Oh, I gotcha. Well, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, you know? I'm going to tell you not to play. Well, this was a extremely productive stream, if not super sexy. I realize terraforming is not the most sexy thing that you can do in the game, but it is necessary if you want to have a good foundation for your build. So I think it was worth it. Still worth it. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the place over here. Run back over, and I'll log out from there. So remember, my friends, don't go anywhere. All right, don't go anywhere. We got a love raid coming up today. We got a love raid coming up very soon, and I'll need your help for that. I will. What are you going to make your new build out of? Mostly wood? I think it'll be a mix of wood and stone, probably. But again, it depends on what all gets added. Depends. Maybe if they add a lot of wood fixtures that I like, I could find myself making it more out of wood after Hearth and Home. Just kind of depends. But I had originally in my head, when I planned this before I knew the release date of Hearth and Home, I had planned on a mixture of wood and stone. So 16th, yeah, less than a week. Less than a week. Okay, my friends, let's head to the tavern, and we'll get prepared to do a love raid. So don't go anywhere. I'm going to need your help with that. It's going to be a lot of fun, all right? So stick around. A month early B-Day present for me? Wait, Coleman, is your birthday... Hang on. I still have my notes of birthdays over here. Is your birthday exactly a month away? Is it October 16th? Because if so, that's my dad's birthday. I'll easily be able to remember that. Yep, so here are the birthdays I have. I have Balinor, Lady Iron, Steph, DJ, and Knight J. Your birthday's the 16th? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll be able to remember that, but I'm writing it down anyway. It's my dad's birthday. October 16th. Awesome. October 16th is my bestie's B-Day. And I'm jealous of October birthdays. I'm jealous. Because I go full-on white girl for pumpkin spice, and I would love to be able to have like a pumpkin spice cake for my birthday. That'd be awesome. You know, pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin cold brew, cold cream brew, or whatever it is. Pumpkin cream cold brew. Only cool people have birthdays on October 16th. Libras for the win. My friends, let me give out some thank yous real quick. Just having an absolute blast playing Valheim. I seriously can't say that enough. Valheim's been so much freaking fun, and just having you all here, I love it. Coleman, thanks for hanging out, being the mod for the day. We got follows from Flappy Prince 21, Wiggle Bile, Cleetwood, and Moranti. We got a sub from Brokey and a raid from Bob. Thank you so much for all the support today, everybody. Valheim is a gem. I love it. I know. It really is. It really is. My friends, let's go raid somebody. Let's go share the love. Again, so for those of you that are not aware, I don't know, hopefully Lootspot put it out there in the world at some point. I added a note, and hopefully, yeah, okay. So Lootspot at least is trying to share the news, okay? So throughout the month of September, as we know, people have been impacted by hate raids for a while. Twitch is still not doing a whole lot, whereas we know like Streamlabs has been doing quite a bit. Some other services have been doing quite a bit, and Twitch continues to just say, hey, use these existing tools. It's pretty frustrating. So anyway, there was the whole day off of Twitch that took place, and I don't know how impactful that was because I shared my thoughts on that like fully. If you ever want to know my thoughts, they're in one of the VODs, I think the day before. It's at the very beginning of the stream from the day before the day off Twitch, okay? So if you ever want to look back at my thoughts on that, I've shared all that. Basically, in short, I don't think that a day off Twitch was enough, okay? I don't think it's enough. And so I think instead of trying to do, like, negatively impact Twitch, I think that is still a good thing to do, to try to pinch Twitch into doing something that they seem to not be super concerned about. But I think more impactful is us trying to spread the love and be positive in it too. And so for throughout the month of September, on Tuesdays and Fridays, for sure, maybe some other days, like we had Monday off, so I was able to do that Monday. So it just depends. But Tuesdays and Fridays, I don't have a morning meeting, so I can kind of stick around a little bit. We're gonna go and find somebody that's potentially been impacted by a hate raid. Okay, I'm not like vetting people and saying, hey, have you been hate raided before? So I'm just looking for marginalized creators, and we basically go there, hype them up, gas them up, make them feel good, make their day, and hopefully it just gives them that little bit of hope to continue streaming on Twitch, and we're not letting the trolls get them down, you know? So that's kind of the way that's kind of what this is all about, what love raids are all about. But I can't do it on my own. I got to have people here with me. So hang in there. Tuesdays and Fridays. Stick around after the stream. We'll go try to make somebody's day. All right. Lady Two Socks, appreciate that follow. Cheers. Thank you so much. The day after the day off Twitch, I got that email from Twitch. Here's the tools you can use, but we're not actually doing. Yeah, I know. And that's the thing. I saw that too. But been lurking. Got to tag along for the raid, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. Glad to have you. Glad to have you, Lady Two Socks. My friends, let's take a look. If anybody has any creators they follow that meet those criteria, please feel free to share their name, okay? You don't have to, but if you want to, feel free to share the name. I made a little list for myself of some potential targets, but I can only raid them if they're online. So the more names I have, the better off I'll be. Hope those two socks are in sandals. Oh, me too. Me too. All right, let's see if this person is online. Aha, they are. Okay. They indeed are. Okay, so we might hit up this person. This person was recommended to us by Coleman. So let me see. Let me get this loaded up here. Currently playing some Hunt Showdown, which is not a game I've ever played, but yeah. So we're going to give Frankenstein the raid here, okay? We're going to spread some love out there. This, again, was recommended to us by Coleman, playing a game that Coleman likes a lot, Hunt Showdown, so it should be a good time. My friends, I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. It seriously brightened a little bit of a dark morning in terms of trying to get the dogs separated. You guys make me feel good, you know, and I hope you know that. You one of you who's going to do it. Want to suggest it, just realize it doesn't quite meet the criteria. Oh, really? Okay. Doesn't quite meet the criteria. I could always keep them on my list to raid later on a day that maybe I'm not, I don't have a massive, what am I trying to say here? I don't have a love raid planned. I don't think he's been hate raided. Oh, okay. Okay. That's not a criteria. That's not like a set in stone criteria, but hey, welcome back in, Phil. You're just in time for the raid. Don't even own sandals. We'll have to get you some. Now we can be friends. More hugs to you and your dogs. Appreciate that, DJ. This is what happens with the pooches. We hope everything's okay. Long story short, they got into a bad fight today that we really struggled to break them up. And so it's scary. It's exhausting. Obviously it's not a good feeling. So yeah, we a bit of a rough start to the day. So on a day I don't have a massive, I meant to say a day that I don't have a love raid planned. What I was putting in was the name of a person I was potentially going to raid. Their name starts with massive. That's what my brain got mixed up on what I was saying. So, give Mrs. Magoots a hug from us too. I know how bad that can make you feel. Yeah, she's definitely gets pretty emotional about that. She just doesn't like seeing the dogs torn up. I mean, I don't either. I just get a little upset. I'm like, dog, you're the one that started it, you know? She was the one that lunged at the other dog, and then she got beat up for it, so. Anyway, I won't go into it. I just want to say you all have made my day better already, so I hope you know that I appreciate you. I've appreciated the support playing Valheim. Let's go give somebody else some support and some love. Let's make their day, and spread the love, all right? So when that happens, hopefully you can pinpoint the trigger and resolve. Sending dog parent love you both. Yeah, the trigger is just that they don't like each other very much. I mean, they got too hyped up this morning after they ate food. I think that's really what it is. Just kind of maybe got to separate them a little more, but good backpedal. I'm not backpedaling. That's legitimately what I was going to do. The person I was going to raid is Massive Jugs. Jugs with a Z. So yeah, I almost said their name, but I don't have a Massive Jugs raid planned. That's what I was going to say. Anyway, my friends, I need to take my leave. Let's go raid this person. Everybody, thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have an awesome weekend. I will catch you soon. Join me on this raid. Let's say hello. Make this person's day. And just know that you're loved, everybody. I will catch you real soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.